Stick around to the end to find out how to win this week's giveaway.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another Datsun build, kinda. We're gonna do this one a little bit differently. We're gonna do it like kind of like a story because we failed to film much of it. We filmed bits and pieces.
And it took a lot longer than we were planning to get this thing started and get an exhaust on it, so.
This has been one of the more frustrating things we've ever done, so we got our pizza and we're gonna start it from, what happened first?
Initially, we just tore everything out of it, which wasn't all too bad, except for getting the dash out. The dash was just god awful, but we finally got that off after like 3 hours. Was that in the last video?
What?
The interior takeout. Did we take that out in the last video?
No, I already covered that.
No,
all you did was clean it. Remember, you did a time lapse?
Oh yeah, clean the interior. I don't remember where the last video ended though.
Remember we had the loop together. We had to super rig the power steering pump, which we didn't include in the last video.
So that power steering pump.
This needs Tabasco.
Yeah, it does.
Now we got Red Hot Wings. We got Cholula. We got like 2 drops of Tabasco. This one's called One Fucking Drop at a Time. We got Thai Kitchen Sweet Red Chili. And Tapatio, I don't know.
Tapatio, Italian.
It's not Italian.
What's going on in Italian food?
Experimental
So our
sauces.
power steering pump. So on the way back from picking up the car, that bearing just seized up, blew the cap off, all the fluid just came out of it. So it was a shit show and that needed to be dealt with. So we got a new one and we just simply looped it back to itself. So it's just pumping the fluid out and right back in.
The longest and most frustrating part of this whole thing was definitely
the Cholula over there, bro?
I'm sorry, man. I put the Cholula on the floor.
That's messed up. That's the good one.
Diagnosing and fixing the wiring was something we had to do next. We got everything all buttoned up and we turned the key and nothing happened. The fuel pump wasn't turning on. A whole bunch of other shit wasn't happening. If you squeezed, oh, I got a clip of that. If you squeeze this jumble of wires, the relays go on and off. This is awful. This is gonna take so long to fix. Okay, so wiring problems in summary, because it's super boring and I'm just gonna do my best to try to explain it in a short amount of time as possible. No power to the coil. That turned out to be a wiring issue in the cab. Then we had no spark from the coil. What the fuck? Why are you shotgunning a beer?
Because why not? Wiring's boring.
Because you were thirsty. Coil wasn't getting power, then the fuel pump wasn't getting power, and then nothing was getting power. It was this, it was that. There was a fuse in the thing that was on sometimes and off sometimes. So after hours and hours of frustration, we finally got it. So it starts up and runs. Attempt number 6 billion. Okay, attempt 7 billion. Yeah, that's it. Hell yeah! Woo! That's what's up! Everything was only well and good for like 10 minutes. We went for a drive, everything seemed fine, and it's now got this ridiculous kind of marbles in a coffee can noise, which could be one of many things. That's kind of where we sit today. Is the last week or 2 weeks we've been troubleshooting and trying to find and diagnose this noise. Nobody on the forum seems to have any valuable input So what do we start with? We started with checking it sounds like upper end. So we pulled the valve cover off and took a look at that and didn't find anything, which is, it's frustrating, but we didn't really expect to just, oh, here's the problem. So that never happens with cars. We knew it was gonna take a little bit more than that.
So we figured might as well check the lower end. So we went under there, checked the bearings.
What else we do? Oil pump.
Yeah, we replaced the oil pump while we were down there because there was like some gasket in the bottom of it. And who knows, maybe the top end's not getting enough oil because that's just not working right. We checked the bearings and they were pretty worn.
We replaced all the bearings because a lot of them are showing copper, and usually when they get to that point you want to replace them. None of these are like gouged or anything like that, so that's a good sign. Our crank's probably fine.
So we changed all the lower end bearings,
which was actually really easy.
Yeah, except for the frontmost bearing. That was a little bit of a bitch, but...
Oh, we also explained how plastic gauge works because we've never used it before. And, well, you did, maybe. You don't remember, kinda.
I might have used it a long time ago.
Alright, basically all plastic gauge is like this little like wax strip that you cut a piece off. Yeah, see, it's green. And you put that on your bearing, and then when you torque this cap down to spec, it smushes, and then you compare the smush to all these smush sizes here. Okay, so we were going for 0.003. I know you can't see it on there, but that's what ours is, and that's right within factory spec, or the spec that we're going after. So we're just gonna tighten all these up, and
should be good to go.
Yeah.
Another big problem we've had since we picked up the car,
we are gonna eat this whole pizza, by the way,
entire thing, is that it has no exhaust whatsoever. We didn't know that. It was never specified in the ad. Nobody ever told us. I mean, when we picked it up, it was definitely too loud.
He didn't say that it didn't have an exhaust, but we didn't call him out on it. We just wanted to get the car home and worry about it later. We did bring it to an exhaust shop, and we want to give a shout out to Richard's Performance Exhaust, Richard's Performance Muffler, I'm sorry. And where are they located?
Oceanside. So when we drop it off, we say that we just want a simple exhaust. It's just something right back. So I guess the woman who took our order misinterpreted that.
I think they thought that we wanted it in and out.
Yeah,
in like
they
an
definitely
hour.
thought that we were just gonna hang out there and expect them to bang this out in an hour or 2 hours.
So they invited us to come take a look at what needed to be done. The exhaust is on the other side than it would have come factory, so there's no channel for it to travel under the car. This means that the guy had to take the exhaust, it had to go forward first around the oil pan and then back out up over the transmission tunnel and then loops around to where the factory hole was. So we told him, don't worry about it. You can have the car for a few days, and that's exactly what they did.
So they got that done, and we went to pick it up, and it sounds absolutely amazing.
There's one little flaw with it though, and that it really lets us hear that there's a major problem with this motor. Before we heard that noise, you know, we thought it was way less severe because the exhaust was droning it out so much. But now that we have an exhaust that's on the quieter side, you could really hear this thing. It sounds like rocks in a blender. It's pretty awful. So that's kind of where we sit right now. We're mad because the car has plenty of power. The exhaust sounds great, but we can't drive it in any form of way because it just sounds like it's breaking. So we have to delve deeper into this and really find what the problem is.
Yeah. So our plan today is take off that head and have a good look at the actual internals of that and see what's going on there.
Do you notice this thing only sees my face as a face and you're just...
Yeah, it doesn't like beards.
Now, a lot of you guys have been requesting an update on the Porsche videos. You want to see the build. So do we. We want to see the build too. We want to build the freaking car, but we've had terrible luck with these pistons, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with JE as a company itself, but the particular salesperson I've been in contact with has been the worst person to ever do his job in the history of salespeople.
Because he doesn't do his job.
It's just, honestly,
There's just nothing happening. There's just been weeks in which absolutely nothing has happened.
I tried to get a hold of this guy for a week straight one time. I left him multiple emails. I called JE. They had another guy walk over to his desk, and our job was sitting on his desk just not doing anything. He was like, I don't know why your parts are sitting here and nothing's being done about it. We still don't have the pistons. We still can't work on the Porsche.
Block's just sitting there, man. We got everything to put it to long block. It's right there. We want to build it real bad.
It hasn't gone anywhere. We want it as much as you do.
On the other side of the toolbox is literally everything else we need to make the long block. That is way too zoomed in.
We can just do this for the rest of the video.
We could.
It's hurting my back, but okay, because we don't have much else to say. Well, we're gonna get started on pulling that head off, and we're gonna film that, obviously, make a video. But we're trying with videos once a week. We will get better. Things keep coming up, but we will get better.
Promise. This week's winner is Willie McCoy. Contact us through Facebook, Instagram, however you want to do it to claim your prize. You've won a free pair of shades from boostedshades.com.
To win this week's giveaway, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and comment with the fastest car you've ever been in or driven yourself. Thanks for watching.